One question that comes up pretty regularly for people that know me and know my own kind of priesthood is they ask me about the Companions of Christ, and that's a fraternity of priests that I'm a part of. It's interesting that this year, 2017, is the 25th anniversary of the establishment of the Companions of Christ, and I am a member of that fraternity. It started with a group of 4 or 5 men who, in fact, started it before they were priests, in fact, and they were part of a lay community, Christ the Redeemer community, and they had this desire to serve God and to give their lives for Him, and they felt the call to live a celibate life. And so they started this group, the Companions of Christ. A few years later, one of the auxiliary bishops here in the Archdiocese, as he was then, Bishop Carlson, kind of got involved with them and encouraged them to discern vocations to the priesthood. And so they did that, and they all joined the seminary and began this association that's technically a public association in 1992. So what makes the companions, what makes us a fraternity? Well, you know, there are very many different ways to live priesthood and diocesan priesthood. This is a particular way that God has called us to live it. So some of the elements of our life together, we have a rule, and a rule of life that we've written and that we seek to live by. Whenever we can, we try to live in community, to live with one another. I live here at the rectory with Father Nathan Maliberte, who's the pastor of St. Maximilian Kolbe Parish in Delano, and we live together, share community life together. We get up in the morning and we take a holy hour in the morning together. We pray the liturgy of the hours together. Tremendous way to start the day with another brother priest. And then we share meals together, kind of share our life and our struggles and our high points together. Many people understand priests living together. We've had a model for a while where a priest would be assigned to a parish and somehow he ends up just kind of living on his own. And so people understand, well, it's better to live with others than to live alone. There's kind of a practical reason for that. But we really believe that what we're doing certainly for practical reasons, for accountability, but really for a theological reason. And the theological reason is that if you look at the scriptures and the Gospels, when Jesus sent the disciples out, he didn't send them out one by one, he sent them out 2 by 2. And so really, theologically, to be a priest means to be in community with other priests. And so this is the form of community that we live in. Each priest in our fraternity is also part of a smaller group. We call them fraternal groups, where we would meet once or twice a month and share our lives on the deepest level, sharing again our joys, also our weaknesses and strength. And in that very experience of vulnerability, if you will, we experience strength, because we know that we're kind of in this together with other priests. We also will meet whenever we can on a Saturday evening together as companions priests. We share a meal, and one of the distinctive aspects of that meal is at a certain point we will do what we call a round of thanks, and we go around the table and each priest will simply say something that he's thankful for the week. Once a month we gather all together for a meal, and then we share a meal, and then we do a holy hour together, praising God and thanking Him for our life together. Currently we are almost 30 priests and a number of seminarians who are involved, looking to discern being a part of our group. One exciting thing that's taking place next month in November, because it's our 25th anniversary, we are all the priests heading to Italy. We'll do a little conference in Assisi, and then in that week it's Thanksgiving week. On the Wednesday, we'll go to the papal audience, and we're hopeful, praying that at that we'll get a chance to meet Pope Francis. So very exciting. Being a part of the companions has been really good for me and good for my priesthood. People in the parish here recognize that there's a real strength in being together in community. So thankful to be a part of the companions, and thankful for the group celebrating its 25th anniversary.